What's up, y'all? Your girl is back. My name is Kaelyn Ryan, and I will take over the face of daytime television, but until we get there, I'm gonna sit my butt in this living room and do these videos. Since you've clicked on this video, you already know what we're talking about. We're talking about finding purpose when purpose has probably already found you. Let's get into it. Are you walking through life wondering what your purpose is? What you're good at, what God's called for you to do on this earth, and why you're even here? I've been there. I know this may sound crazy, but believe it or not, our purpose oftentimes has been right before our eyes the whole time. Let me explain. Ever since I was a child, my Nana, which is my grandmother, has always spoke life into me. And she specifically spoke over me when she used to live around the corner that I would either be a forensic illustrator, as far as like when people do crimes and people need to illustrate how the person looks that just did the robbery or committed the crime. She was like, you could do that, KK, because I am an artist. She said, or you would be a great journalist. She then began to speak about the character traits that I possess that would make me a good journalist. I remember at that young age her speaking about my poise, my delivery, my confidence, my demeanor, the way I speak, and that I love people. I remember that vividly in her living room. Fast forward through life, I go to college just on the strength of, let's just try this thing. I know the importance of college. I come from a household of people that attended college, graduated, and things of that nature, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Like many of us, I was lost thinking, why? College for what? Waste money for what? Go there for what? But trusting my mom, she said, go and find, and the Lord will reveal it to you. I'm like, all right, bet I ain't gonna argue with God. You're not gonna get an argument out of me. Not no more. So what I do, I technically only applied to one school and got into one school. It was destined. My journey's different. Don't be like me, but it just worked for me. So I applied to Cal State Northridge, got in, and we made it shake. So I enter, as I said, I was an artist, or am, but actively was an artist at the time. So I entered as an art major. Like, let's just make it real easy for me. This comes natural for me. I can make things shake. I can do portraits, pencils, stencil. Child, I can do it. Nearing the end of my sophomore year, I'm like, wow, it's about to be 2 years in, and I have yet to feel like anything that I've done has substantiated enough to feel like I'm working towards a career goal. Yeah, this comes natural for me, but is this what I'm supposed to do? First point, God will bless us with many talents, but that does not mean that that one or that one or that one is the one that he wants to magnify. It may be that one. He can give you the gift of dance, playing the saxophone, and being the best writer in all of America. Sure. But he probably called you to start a nursery because of your heart for babies. You're good at all those things, but the emphasis may be on one. And that doesn't mean that God won't use all of them, but sometimes God will have us hone in on one specific purpose or plan, and then we'll meet all the other things along the way. Everything will just fall into line. But let me get back on track. I'm nearing the end of my second year. I'm like, why? I had a mini panic attack. That's the result of living in fear and not trusting God, that you're so stressed and overwhelmed that it causes your body sicknesses. And I literally worked myself up mentally into a physical manifestation of sickness because I was so stressed about what the heck am I even supposed to do. That was just a sad day. Anyway, trusting God is always the best route. Like, anyway, I guess I had to learn over and over and over. But as I sat there and wondered, wow, junior year is approaching, I need to figure something out. I said, okay, plan A can be public health, become a nurse, a traveling nurse, a stay-at-home nurse, a family doctor, whatever, child, all that studying. Do that and guarantee great money for myself. Spoil my family, be a blessing, and I guess live my life. But that seed sown by my Nana when I was a child popped back up in my mind. I said, Mom, either I can do the public health route or I can try this journalism thing that Nana said back in the day. From when my Nana said it and the realization of actually potentially trying it, I wasn't playing with the idea of becoming a journalist. I still was lost. So it was nothing but the Holy Spirit to deposit that in my mind in that stressful moment. Like, girl, you've already been told what you're supposed to do. Remember, your Nana said blank? So I said, Mommy, look, journalism, if I try this thing, it's got a certain timeline. I don't know why I felt that in my spirit. There's a certain timeline. I'd rather see if I can make this shake, see what I can do, give my all to it, and really see what my Nana's been talking about. Worst case scenario, if I fail and this ain't for me, I'll try public health, I'll become a nurse, and I'll be just fine. So what did I do? I changed my major into journalism. The first few classes, child, the history of newspaper and writing and print and talk about a drag. Boring. It was so boring. And I was like, what did I do? And that's the enemy, trying to discourage you when you're right on the right path. Literally, I was contemplating, this isn't for me. This is boring. Too much text. Why do I need to know all of this? And in actuality, going off of the thing my Nana said was all that I had to hold on to. Again, I had no idea what space I would take up in this journalism industry. It wasn't until I think my second semester of my junior year where I realized why I'm here and why I'm here to stay. I got a class where they were reporting on the news. I don't know if I believe it was Matador News, with Professor Sally Turner, and Benjamin Davis was with Valley News, and the class was already packed. Mind you, I missed the deadline on applying for this class, I guess, but I wanted to sit in on it and see what was up. I was familiar with certain people in the class because when you're in the journalism major, you see all the same people. So I sat in, the professor was sweet, we got along well. And one day when they were done reading the script off the teleprompter and doing the camera and stuff, I just sat down and started to playfully read off of the teleprompter. And I started laughing oh my God, this is crazy. And then I'll never forget Benjamin Davis. He was very instrumental in my development as a journalist and as a storyteller. I remember he heard me and he didn't give out compliments for no reason, okay? If you got a okay and him handing the paper back to you, that was him saying you did good. He didn't give you a bunch of for no reason. So when he stood there, looked at me and said, if you ever took this serious, he said something along the lines of, if I ever took this serious and stopped laughing, because I was joking. Mind you, I'm not even in the class. If you ever take this serious and stop laughing, you have a great delivery and you can really do this. It was something like that. I looked at him and I said, what? I can do what? Enough said. So I said, how can I be a part? How can I be down? Who do I need to talk to? That's when journalism came alive to me. When I realized I can use my voice. So I'm going to insert oh Lord, it's all good. It's growth. I'm going to insert a few clips here of y'all seeing the progression. Oh, not even the progression. I'm going to insert a few clips here, y'all, of the start of me in front of the camera. Ooh, nerves, misreading things, messing up the teleprompter, breathing extra hard, looking crazy. You name it, I did it, okay? But it was the start of something so great.
With Kaelyn Ryan.
Thanks, Hyra. Fewer international students are coming to the United States. The National Association of Foreign Student Affairs says this change is hurting American universities and the economy. The continued drop in the international enrollment since fall of 2016 has cost the U.S. economy $11.8 billion. Here at CISA, and the drop in international students has since 2016 has caused a 26% revenue loss, about $6.5 million. Burger King is being sued by a vegan customer who accused the restaurant of contaminating its meatless Impossible Whoppers by cooking them on the same grill as the traditional meat burgers. Philip Williams says he bought an Impossible Whopper, a plant-based alternative to the regular Whopper, at an Atlanta drive-thru. He says had he known that it was being prepared.
Now that y'all have obviously seen that, I'm proud of Kay from back then. I'm proud of that girl. I'm so proud of that girl. So proud, because she just said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And with the harsh, needed critiques from my professors and learning and bouncing ideas off of other excellent classmates. Hopefully I can find that photo. I'm gonna put it here. This is one of the class photos in Sally Turner's class with a lot of soon-to-be greats. And I remember when we took this photo, I said, this photo is gonna age really well. And watch, okay? But all this started because of a seed sown by my Nana. Why did I say all this? As I was lost, confused, in college, isolated, going through the motions of college, but not knowing why I'm even here. All the while, the Holy Spirit already revealed to me what I was supposed to do. We can't just ignore the things that people see in us and the things that are repeatedly said to us by different people in different atmospheres. If you've been told, wow, you have great administrative skills. Have you ever considered doing blank? And then a month later, someone says, your organization skills are just top notch. Could you come and do this for me? And then the next year, you hear somebody say, no, I never have to worry about such and such because they always handle their business. They're really great at X, Y, and Z. You could be working at McDonald's while you're hearing all these points, but put them back together. There's a reason for it. Maybe God has called you for something in that field. Let's just say everywhere you go, no matter what you say, who you talk to, someone ends up saying, man, you should be a comedian. Man, he's hilarious. It'd be dope if he finally went on stage. Man, you should do stand-up. And these are different people from different walks of life just noticing you. You minding your business, someone walks up to you like, have you ever considered X, Y, and Z? When you continually hear those things, you need to sit there and pray about it and ask the Lord, what is he trying to reveal to you in those reoccurring encounters? That's what I had to do. The minute I was stressed and I felt like my life was at a crossroad, I was like, what do I know about myself? My parents have already poured into me that I am great and that I would be great. But the way to get to being great was really, really confusing. So I had to pull back to what my Nana said for years. Journalism. I'm a people person. I know how to talk. Blah, blah, blah. All those things came back like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like my best friend, Jonathan, he is great with kids. He coaches basketball and football teams for free for kids that just want to be a part of an organized sport. He does that just selflessly, just because. And the way he talks to the children and the way he lights up about their game or the opportunity of them potentially winning or how close they came to shooting that shot or whatever it was, Jonathan's face lights up completely. And this is a message to you, friend. And he also revealed to me his love for math and that he would want to be a school teacher one day. All these things adding up. It seems clear to me what Jonathan's purpose is. It's to be a teacher, an educator, or a mentor in some capacity with children because they look up to him, they admire him, and he has a true heart for children, which not everybody has that. But that's something, Jonathan, that you need to pay attention to and pray about. Lord, what are you revealing to me? Why do I volunteer my time with children? Why will I lose sleep? Why will I do it not without pay? Why? God gives us these desires in our heart. We think we just woke up and it's osmosis and I just want to be this one day. No, God placed in my heart to speak and to desire a platform one day for his glory and to just live life and have fun. So all this makes sense. God's placed in your heart something that you've heard someone repeatedly say about you. Wow. Do you sing? If you get asked one more time if you sing and you don't do nothing about it and you know you sing, I'm not saying you got to stop your day job and just quit, but you need to start paying attention to the purpose pebbles, let's call it that, to the purpose pebbles that are being dropped in front of you. Because what you don't want to happen is for it to be like, dang it, if I would have tried this 10 years back, imagine what I could have been right now. That's scary. That's scary. For me, when I'm at work, I'm a server. As you guys know, I get asked, I want to say at least once or twice a day, So that makes like probably 10 times a week. I get asked if I'm an actress. I get told that my voice is unique or powerful or whatever the adjective they'll use. And then they'll follow up with, what do? You sound like you talk. And it sounds like a weird question, but I instantly have the answer because I do talk for a living. Have you ever considered acting? You would be a great actress. From all kinds of guests that I have. I've served talent agents. I've served people that give the news. I've served people that are on television. Unbeknownst to me, I've served all kinds of people. And then I only find out what they do at the very end. And then they'll say, wait, before you go, what do you do? We've been talking about you, your disposition and how you present yourself or the way you talk. Like we blah, 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 blah. What do you do? And then when I tell them, they're like, I knew it. I knew it, Sally. I knew it. And I'd be sitting there like, y'all knew what? And then they say it. And I'm like, you know what? I am. Right now, I'm currently a multimedia journalist, hustling at the restaurant. But I do have acting aspirations. I do love entertaining people as a whole. So Broadway is in my future, X, Y, and Z. And I let them know that because I'm not scared about my dreams because I know God's gonna foot the bill. I know God's got me. So in addition to learning about your purpose is when you start to feel like you're finding it, be bold about it. Don't be quiet. Especially if someone invites the conversation to you. They brought it up. I'm not selling myself at these tables. People didn't come here to eat to hear about my story. No. But if you ask and you keep asking, I'm going to tell you. Because you never know who you're talking to. I won't be the reason why I don't get an opportunity if someone is laying the groundwork in front of me to express myself or share my accomplishments. You best believe I'm talking about it. Okay? Cast me now. Let's go. Let me quit. I'll quit. But yeah, y'all, as the week goes on, as this month goes on, or while we're nearing the end of the year, start to think about those things that you've heard repeatedly said to you, or remarks said about how you are, how you act, how you talk, how you walk, how you are with people, how you are with cooking, how you are with food, how you are with babies, how you are with science, how you are with your curiosity, how you feel about nature. For some people, looking at the way the rocks are formed and the erosion and that makes their day. It doesn't make mine. But you need to tap into that and be like, why have I always had this interest in blank? And just give it a try. And more often than not, someone's probably already told you, you should try this, or you'd be great at that. And you let fear get in your mind, or you just talk yourself out of it, like, oh no, I could never be that, or no, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know why people say that about me. There must be a reason. Unless people are just blowing smoke for no reason. I know when I say stuff, I don't say it for any reason. If I see something in someone, I'm gonna say it. Like, you would be a great this, or if you ever really took this serious, you would dominate this. Like when I see something in someone, I tell them, because I know the power that it holds. Because when my Nana realized what she saw in me, she never let up. And I thank her, and I have all this to owe to her. Yes, my parents knew I'd be great, and they instilled in me greatness because they're so fantastic. But the specific title of what I'm doing comes from my Nana. My name is Kaelyn Selena Ryan, and her name is Selena. I am Selena. I got my name from her. So it's only right that she called forth my future. So that about wraps up this video. Before you start to doubt, what are you doing? Why are you here? Start to look for the purpose pebbles that have probably been dropped in front of you already. Go for it. Do it afraid. Find a community. Talk about it. Brainstorm. But just do it. Do something. Because when you do what you love for a living, it won't feel like work. So you owe it to yourself. Try it out. Whatever that it is. Okay? Last point I'll leave you with is that God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Before I started practicing as a journalist and all these things, I sucked. Okay? I sucked. Naturally, I'm good with talking. I'm good with people. So it wasn't like starting from ground zero, but goodness gracious. He called me, and now he's qualifying and qualified me. He didn't find me as a perfect narrator and speaker and then say, get on up there. He's like, yeah, you, who doesn't pronounce words right, doesn't spell right all the time, loud, looks up at the sky when she talks, says all the time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you. He called me. And he's calling you. to something way bigger than you imagine. I'm so grateful I answered the call. Don't let another day, another week, another month go by without you answering the call to what you truly feel in your heart you're supposed to explore. I love you for watching. God loves you, and so do I.